Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, 23 Flavors of Stitching. My name is Kirsten and today is going to be Flosstube number 39. If you saw my community post, you said that you would have seen that I said that I was going to record this weekend. Today's Thursday. I forgot that I am headed kind of out of town. More of a staycation with my husband to celebrate our 3rd anniversary that happened last weekend. My husband was out of town. He was in London on a school trip, and so we weren't able to spend our anniversary together except for a few hours because that was the day that he got home. And so yeah, we're gonna celebrate this weekend. Let's just get right into it, and if you want to hear about my new job and life, then you can wait till the end. So first I have 2 new starts. If you didn't see my last video, or I don't know, if you don't remember, I am doing Stitchrovia, which was created by Lindy Stitches. She didn't make a video about it this year because if you watch her, she doesn't like the traditional sit-down aspect of Flosstube, and it's really hard for her to make it happen, do it. But she made one about it last year, and so last year I thought that would be a really good idea. Basically, you pick one project for the month, and if you meet your goals for that project, then on the weekends of May, you can reward yourself with a new start. So it's Stitchrovia instead of Stitchmania or May Madness or whatever you would like to call it. So I kind of did a little spin on that, and instead of one project for the whole month, I decided to do 4 projects, technically 5, and I would have one focus project a week. And here's Nova. Hi, can you go lay down, please? Go lay down. Okay. So I guess instead of 2 new starts, we can go week by week. So the first week of the month, I filmed a video and I had not stitched on my project yet. The project that I chose for my first week was my Canada sampler by Stitchrovia. I'm stitching this for my dad. He's Canadian, which in turn makes me Canadian. He grew up in Calgary. And anyway, I wanted to stitch this for him. Side note, my 4 focus pieces that I picked for the month are all projects that I have not met my WhipGo goal on yet. So they are all projects that are on my WhipGo board that have been called, that I have not either stitched on at all or that my goal has not been met yet, and my goal is for the whole year. So my WhipGo goal for this project was to finish the word Canada. I started over here, and the first week of May, so the 2nd through the 6th, I was on this A. I worked from here over, and I got really close to my goal. I'm stitching this with the called for DMC, except for one. I didn't have a color, and so I just substituted it. I can't remember which one it is. And I'm stitching it on 16 count Aida. And it's just Aida that I bought from Michael's, I think. And that's how far I got on the 1 week that I dedicated to it. So I finished this A, did the whole N, started the A, and also started the C. And I'm really happy with it. I will come back to it eventually one day. I really enjoyed stitching on it. I kept wanting to go elsewhere in the pattern, but that's not my goal. And so I really want to finish my goal before I go anywhere else on the pattern. Okay. Next up is my new start. If you watched my last video, or if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I walked for graduation on May 6th. I graduated in December. There's only one graduation ceremony a year. And so I walked with the May 2022 graduates. Because of that, I had seen this pattern before I graduated in December, and I really wanted to stitch it, but I was focusing on finishing my brain piece, and because I was a psychology major, and anyway, so I started this on the 7th because I am only working on my new starts for one day. I'm only working on them on Saturday because I have my Sunday stitch. So this is I Have a Degree, and it is by PRINTandDECOR on Etsy. And I am stitching it on 16 count white. And the colors that I'm using are based off of the called for, but I didn't have the called for colors. So I'm using DMC 3820 for the yellow and DMC 3842 for the blue. And like I said, I'm only working on these on my new starts for one day, so I did not get very far, but here is where I'm at. So I just started on, I think the A was the middle, so I started on have. And I'll come back to it eventually. My degree isn't going anywhere, right? It's hanging downstairs, so. Okay. Next up was my focus piece for the second week of, oh, hold on, my Sabbath stitch. Okay. If you watch Lori Holt, then you know that she has a Sabbath stitch, and that is what inspired me to start working this on every Sunday until it's finished, which is hopefully before the end of the year. I am stitching His Name is Jesus by Joyful Expressions. You can get it for free when you sign up for their newsletter. And I'm stitching it for my mother-in-law. She picked the colors, and she knows it's coming. So I'm hoping that I can get it done for Christmas. That way maybe I could get it framed for her birthday. Her birthday's in March or something. Anyway, I did a lot on this. So I've worked on it on Mother's Day and then the 15th. And on Mother's Day, I did Omega, The Way, I think, Omega, Redeemer, Jehovah, and Curious, and I think I might have done The Way, but it could have already been done. And then on the 15th, I did King of Kings, and then I decided to start working on the middle part that says his name is Jesus, because I decided to use a metallic thread. It's a DMC Light Effects, and it's E3685. I decided to use that for the middle, and because of that, I have to use shorter lengths, which means that it's going to take a little longer, especially just with how metallic threads work. Anyway, so that is where I've gotten to. My needle minder is from, I think it's from Evertote. Anyway, so that's where we got to. Not bad. I didn't have a lot of time to work on it on the 15th, and I don't know that I'll have a lot of time to work on it this upcoming week, so, but I'm happy with the progress so far. So now, my focus piece for the next week, because it was my husband's birthday and because it was our anniversary week, I decided to work on How Much I Love You by Stitchrovia. I am doing all 3 of these. It's the lyrics to You Are My Sunshine. I have already finished You Are My Sunshine. I am still working on You Make Me Happy When Skies Are Gray, and I'm still working on How Much I Love You. Hopefully to put in a nursery one day. I made significant progress on this last week. Probably because it was my last week not having a job. And so I got to stitch for hours. And here we are. The last time you would have seen this, I had maybe some half stitches done in the O, and that was it. I am stitching it on 16 count Bashful Ada by Picture This Plus, and I'm using the called for DMC. Doesn't that look so good? The pink is getting washed out. It's just like a really light pink. And I made my needle minder. But I know that there is a shop on Etsy that sells those. Anyway, I'm really happy with my progress on that. Now that I'm actually able to see progress on it, it makes me want to stitch on it more. And I had a really hard time putting it away to do a new start and to do my Sunday stitch. So, okay. My new start was my anniversary start because my anniversary was on Saturday the 14th. Sorry, I didn't take this out of the package. I started Silver Creek Samplers Through the Storms. And that's what it looks like. It says, no relationship is all sunshine, but 2 people can share one umbrella and walk through the storms together. And I'm really impressed that I just read that backwards. And then initials, and I'm gonna put the day that we got married, so your anniversary down here, and then the year that you stitch it goes in the puddle. So that's what I'm doing. I would like to finish this within the year so that I can have another anniversary start next year. I'm not going to hold myself to that, but it was really fun to have an anniversary start for the last 2 years because I finished my other one. So I'm stitching it on 16 count pewter that I got from 123 Stitch, and I am doing my own color conversion, which I can go through. I made my needle minder, and that's how far I got on it. My color conversion are things that I had in stash. Mostly, I guess, I'm not gonna say mostly anything. My foot is about to fall asleep though. Hold on just a second. The floss went somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. And the bag I made myself. It's not my best bag, but I like it. Okay. So here is my color conversion. I have Weeks Dye Works. I have one Classic Colorworks, and then the rest are Forbidden Fiber Co. Because I'm in the Forbidden Fiber Co. Just Flossing Club, I have accumulated quite a bit of floss, and people don't chart with them, which they should because they're beautiful, but I realized that I didn't have a lot of the called for colors for this pattern because I don't have a big stash of overdyed floss. And so I was like, hey, I have Forbidden Fiber Co. Let's just go off of the picture or like an online, or like search for what the floss looks like online and then pick a Forbidden Fiber Co. to match it, I guess. And so that's what I did. And I'm really happy with it so far. But yeah, there it is. If you have a question about the colors that I used, you can definitely ask. But besides that, I don't know. Okay. So that was my newest start. And then this week, and keep in mind, these were all picked before I got my job offer. I got my job offer the first week of May. So, I don't know how well my plan is going to work for this week, next week, and like Memorial Day on. Anyway, my project for this week is When Life is Done by Silver Creek Samplers. I am stitching this for one of my aunts. If you've been watching me since last year or since I've started this project, you know that my aunt lost her husband last year, last summer. Ooh, it's a little windy outside apparently. Our trash cans are going everywhere. So she knows this is coming. She picked the fabric actually. And I've been working on this when I've gotten home from work. It hasn't been a lot of progress, but it has been some. And some progress is better than no progress. So, I don't know when you saw it last, but I have filled in the bottom of the dress. I've done the feet, and then I have started filling in the grass. So I did the dark grass right there, and then I've started coming through here and finishing the grass under her. And then once I get to the end of the grass over here, I will start on the vine and then work my way up and then finish the words, and then I should be good. And I'm stitching this on 16 count natural Aida that I bought from Joann's or Michael's, and I'm using the called for DMC. So I'll be stitching on this tonight once I am finished filming. and when I'm uploading. And that is all for my stitching. So if you would like to stay to hear about my life, I'll go through my life. Oh, actually, let's talk about plans first. Then I'm going to go through my life. And then I'm going to go through my purchases. There is quite a bit because I took a visit to my LNS. So, if you're new here or new to cross stitch, LNS is Local Needle Workshop. So, plans. When life is done, today, tomorrow. Tomorrow, my husband and I are leaving for our are leaving for our staycation. So I'm going to try to start something this weekend, and that is Starry Nights, and that's Life Needs More Starry Nights and Crackling Fires by Vlada X Stitch on Etsy. I'm going to try to start it. I have it all ready. It's kitted up. I just don't know if I'm going to have time. I should, but we'll see. And then my plans for next week, I am going to be stitching Quaker Pumpkins by Hello from Liz Mathews. Let's see. I want to say I'm halfway done. There it is. So I still have to do borders and things, and I'm not stitching the words down here. I have thought about messaging Megan, Georgia Girl Stitching, to see if I can get her Autumn Harvest, but I don't know if I want to do that. So I have the border. I have to figure out what I'm going to do for the border down here, and then I have to finish the 2 pumpkins. So I don't know how far I'll get on this. We'll see. But that's my plan for next week. And then my new start on the 28th. I'm looking at my calendar that is blocked. My new start on the 28th, right in time for Memorial Day in the United States, is going to be One Nation by ByGone Stitches, and it's the big flag. And I'm still deciding on my fabric. Don't judge me. And then my plan for the 30th and on, for last week of May, first week of June type situation, is to work on One Nation. And that's it. And that's all I have planned so far. I will be recording. I'll probably try to record on Memorial Day or the first weekend of June. Memorial Day, I do not have to work, so we'll see what happens. With that, my husband will be on a fly fishing trip, most likely, and so I will be home stitching by myself. So I don't know if I'll record. I may just leave it until that week is done so that you can see my full progress on One Nation. Anyway, from here, I'm going to talk about my life, so if you don't want to hear it, that's totally fine. So this has been my first week on my new job. I am working in the compliance department of a company. I don't really I'll decide if I want to say where I'm working or not. So basically what I do is just make sure that people aren't making false claims. This is kind of hard to explain without telling you where I work. Basically, anyway, whatever. It's been really fun so far. I started on a week where my entire team is working on something else that I have no idea what it's about, but I mean, that's kind of the perfect time for training, because there's different levels of compliance specialists, and I think for the project that they are doing, I think I'd have to be a higher specialist. I'm not quite sure. I don't know how it was working before I got on the team. I don't know why they have to do this project, besides like the snippets here and there that I've heard at team meetings, because we've had one every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today. We may have one tomorrow. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it. I get to sit and listen to audiobooks while I work, and so that's been really nice. Yeah, that's about all I can think of. My husband started his new semester of school, so he has night classes, so I'm gone all day. He's gone for a few hours at night, and so we have dinner together, and then I'm exhausted and go to bed. If you've stuck around for this long, then you probably know that I have a hard time sleeping at night, and so I used to stay up until all hours of the night and wake up really late, and so adjusting to a real world schedule is kind of difficult. So I'm really tired by the end of my work day, but this is helping me. It's nice to have a schedule. So now I am going to go into my haul. If you don't want to see it, that's totally fine. I will see you next time. And if you're staying for the haul, let's get into it. So, first up is my visit to my LNS. My LNS is in Salt Lake City, a suburb of Salt Lake City. It is called the Craft Center of Fine Stitchery. If you watch Lori Holt, then you've heard her talk about it. I found this really cute bag there that has all Utah things on it, which I thought was really cute, and I wanted it, so I got it. It has camping, fires, skiers, it has the LDS Temple, Salt Lake Temple, it has Welcome to Utah and the Beehive, because Utah is the Beehive state, and I'm assuming that this is Utah Lake, but I honestly don't know, because there wouldn't be a boat on the Great Salt Lake, so I'm assuming this is Utah Lake. Anyway, I thought it was cute. It has Utah on it, Utah things on it, and I love where I live, so I don't know where this came from, because that is not from that trip. First up, we have some floss because I couldn't help myself. We have Classic Colorworks Bejeweled and Bing Cherry. Thought they were really cute. I don't know what I'll use them for, but I'll use them for something. Next up, we have Quaker Gardens by Hello from Liz Mathews. I was going to wait and buy the PDF of this chart, but then I decided that, well, then I remembered that I actually really liked working on Quaker pumpkins from a paper pattern, so I thought that this one would be good from a paper pattern. Then I bought just some scraps, kind of scraps, I guess, of Lugana. This doesn't say that it's Lugana. 28 count even weave. This is light blue, which looks kind of periwinkle. Periwinkle is my favorite color, and it is the Pantone color of the year. And so everything is coming out with periwinkle colored something, and I love it because I get to own things that are my favorite color. And then this is Ancient Copper, which I thought was a good neutral. And then I got some other charts. Most of these I found in the clearance bin that my LNS has, and so my total actually was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, which is nice. So this is Oh by Gosh by Heart and Hand. It's a Christmas ornament. Then there is A Country Winter by Plum Street Samplers. Then there's, I apologize, I don't speak French, I don't know how to say this, but it's a Halloween Quaker by, I'm not even gonna try. This is stitched up in my LNS. I've looked for it every time I've gone, and this is the only time that I've been able to actually find it, and I'm in love with it, so I bought it. Then I got Sweater Weather by October House Fiber Arts. And I got All the Pretty Flowers by Heartstring Samplery. I thought this one would be a good one to use Forbidden Fiber Coat colors in. And then I got Sit and Stitch by Little House Needleworks. And it says, by the ocean, on the beach, under stars I cannot reach, in a car and on a plane, also on a railway train. I can stitch most anywhere, but really love my easy chair. And I just think that it's so cute. So that's what I got from my LNS. Hold on one second. Gotta get my 23 flavors in. I did not have any Dr. Pepper at work today. First up is something that got delivered today, actually. I got some Victorian Motto flosses. I got the PRINTandDECOR 2. And I got Classic Spice Collection. So it's just browns and reds and all that. And this is from previous collections. Okay. Next up, I got a chart from Annabella's.
This might answer your question. Annabelle's box office is $258 million and its foreign box office gross is $173,300,000.
Well, thanks for that information. Never seen that movie because I don't like those types of movies. Anyway, this is a Jeanette Douglas chart called Matter in Hand, and I think it's so cute. She only had one left of this, so I bit the bullet and got it. Then I got a 1, 2, 3 stitch purchase. One of these things is a surprise for someone, and so I can't show it to you. I have started the process of kitting up the Epic Pokemon Gen 3 that my husband would like me to stitch. So I got some fabric. I got some antique white Lugana 25 count. So I can stitch it 1/1. I also got just white Lugana 25 count. Really boring. And then I also wanted to try this. And this is 20 count raw natural cork linen. I said, why not? Might as well try linen someday. And it's 20 count, and why not try it out? So got that. And also from 1, 2, 3 Stitch, I have a lot of patterns in my starts this year that are calling for these 2 colors. And instead of going out and buying skeins every time that a pattern calls for them, I decided I would get, I believe they're 100-gram cones. 100-gram cones of $33.71 and $37.99. More economical, maybe. Okay. Up next, I got a bag from Lisa Sirena Stitching. It is a Blackbird design fabric. This was not a purchase by me, technically. This is part of my anniversary from my husband. I really wanted the bag, and she posted it in April, which was during my no-buy, and I was like, honey, look at this. I really want it. And he said, well, why don't you get it for our anniversary? What if I buy it? And then you don't break your no-buy. And I said, really? And got it. So, thank you to my husband for getting this for my anniversary. Up next, I have a surprise pack from Leo and Roxy. It was a 50-gram pack. And basically, it's not based on the number of skeins, it's based on the weight of the package. And each pack is made specifically for the person that it gets sent to, I think. Or like it's made, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. It's not like they saw it was me and said, oh, she needs these colors. But I ordered a 50-gram pack, and so they put 50 grams in a pack. These are not full skeins, so like remnants. And they are also skeins that had imperfections. So, for example, this skein of medallion has red on it. And so they can't sell it as medallion because that's not what it is. So it's just stuff like that. So you may get not a full skein, you may get a full skein of... Anyway, you can go check out Leo and Roxy if you're interested. I'm really excited for these. We're gonna deal with that later. Also from Evertote, I got my May Neutrals Club. If you for floss. If you don't want to see it, look away. There's a purple, a brown, a coral, a peach, and a pink. Up next, from Forbidden Fiber Co., I have my April. My April Just Flossing Club. If you don't want it spoiled, look away. There they all are. And last, but certainly not least, I bought another pair of the Kohana scissors. I bought them from Stitch Happy Art on Etsy. Oh. I hope that didn't stop the video. Excuse me. Stitch Happy Art on Etsy. And I got the limited edition Winter Gold set. I have just like the yellow set. I have the brown handles and the gold tassel. However, my gold tassel fell off. If anyone knows how to reattach tassels, let me know. Like the middle part that hangs came out of the other part of the tassel. Anyway, that is it for me. So if you stayed this long, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel. And if you want to talk to me about anything, you can leave a comment. You can DM me on Instagram, which is at 23 Flavors of Stitching. And you can also email me, which is also 23flavorsofstitching@gmail.com. And that's it. So I hope you remember that someone always needs you, and I will see you next time.